These are the breaks. This is Sweet Cards, dude. I'm here with Chocolate Bayou Card Exchange and Ustic Card Exchange, and tonight we're going to be talking a little about the Wemby controversy with the 1 of 10 card that a breaker tried to keep. We'll be talking about some Top Series 1 controversy with some veteran base cards, and then we'll also be talking about the PSA potential acquisition of SGC. Tonight we're going to get started with Houston Card Exchange, and so let's get going.
All right, man. I ran across this one, like I told y'all when I freaking saw it. It's our fear, right? You're on a breaker, you get one of these 1 of 1, and then you're not going to get it. So I think, but there was a lot to this, and almost you could argue a couple different arguments. I'll bring it up, but basically, first saw this on the hits of the week. I don't know if y'all watch that YouTube. It's a pretty nice channel. They have a little thing, and they changed it up from retail breaks, all different types of different platforms. But this was a retail break. So, like more mega boxes, I guess, and stuff that could be bought out of a store, right? So they were breaking 2023-24 Monopoly Prism basketball. And the breaker's name was on Whatnot was Differ323. And they already put it out there that they got his eBay account too now. So different cards and kicks 323 at eBay. So maybe avoid, but who knows? But so basically, the dude bought the Spurs, and we've all seen it, right? You're in these rooms a lot, and they push it through. Hey, you know what? You're good for it, right? The IOU system, right? That's when it came back and bit him in the ass this time. So the dude bought the Spurs spot. It was $100. The payment didn't go through. They're negotiating. I guess Whatnot said that is a true negotiating. If you're on live and it's a tape, that is a verbal agreement, right? So they agreed to, but Whatnot wasn't approving the whole take it off that I'm gonna pay you tomorrow. They want it settled there. So Whatnot came out and said normally the policy is for that spot to be re-auctioned. So there is no funny business in between. Yeah. Everybody's paid before the break. So they went ahead and broke, right? And you know what's going to happen. He pulls the Wemby 1 of 10. I don't really know the prism. It's the little frosty, the lines or whatever. Mm-hmm. And right after dude hits it, right, he says R-Dub. I guess that's the guy that had the spot. He goes, kind of jokingly yells out, "That price just went up, my boy," right on the live, right? And then so you already know, but long story short, they agreed to it, and come to find out, he sent a message to him overnight, and it was that card was part of the top tier. They have these card in Prism, and it was the top card pool. So that was like some of like the top 10s or whatever. There's like a few different ones. So like I guess like the shattered bat. What are they, Brent? Are they stained glass and all that, right? The crazy ones. So it was part of that, and ended up being a $5,000 card pool. And the way they came to that, a dude that had sold one within the month. A 9 out of 10. This was a 1 out of 10, first off the press, for 4.9 thousand on an eBay auction, and they were talking about that, I guess, on air. So that was kind of, hey, this dude just hit, right? And he didn't pay. So they come off, cut the fee. The dude direct messages the next day, and Breaker informs him that he's keeping the card, and because he didn't pay and there was no true transaction, he's sorry for the bad luck. Needless to say, the kid it's all published now. They're screenshots back and forth. This isn't right, going back and forth. And come to find out, didn't send the freaking card. The dude got banned from Whatnot, and then Whatnot, dude, is true to their word. I think Hunter had a little list experience, but they stepped in and paid this kid the comp straight cash.
Wow.
I don't know if it's straight cash. I can't say that, but I know they paid the comp. I don't know if they. We've talked this before. Would they give you like just like store credit, almost like account have money? I don't know, Hunter. How was yours handled exactly?
So when I did mine, the dude shipped them, but with the issue of the value changing, I pulled out of 50 Jackson Holiday. Mm-hmm. Car got lost in mail. But he upgraded my shipping, so it wasn't $100, and I lost a $250 card in the mail. Whatnot covered that charge. and then went to the post office about it. So Whatnot is doing pretty good on keeping
How do you comp that though? Honestly, the market,
dude, just
because a 1 of 10 is going to sell. You think, or Wemby? I don't follow like Brent does basketball.
Mhm.
Wemby's going to sell like that, Brent?
Yeah, the Wembies are. That's what people are hunting for right now in
Yeah,
basketball. I
and
mean,
Chet, right? Those are the big names. I
yeah,
just didn't realize it was like okay,
yeah,
because right,
it's
I have
wild.
these one of like I have different cards and they sit for a little bit. You think it would be turned that week?
Some of them do.
absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
You're talking about a player that is
A
on
generational
track to
player. Yeah,
be the next LeBron or Jordan or Kobe, dude. Wemby
Big
is
big man
a
with
big name.
handles. AD's the
yeah.
last guy to do it, right? The point guard that was a big man. So,
Mm-hmm.
And
but yeah, so
that dude's a big name, so he's gonna sell quick no matter the area. You don't have to
dude, but
be in San Antonio to buy his stuff.
so now put yourself in the breaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that side of it?
No.
Right? You're gonna do square business no matter. You agreed to it. What about what would you have done? Would you have re-auctioned it or would you have did an IOU?
If it was someone that was in my channel constantly,
Yeah.
I'd have ran an
Okay.
IOU.
I got you.
If it's
I
someone
got you.
that's random, it'd have got re-auctioned.
Yeah.
And you got to swallow that pride. If you pull a $5,000 card,
Publicity. Just the notoriety of alone. That's what brought us
yeah,
to our boy on tops, right? To be dude killing it on the top tier
Mm-hmm.
tops. And we stumbled across him from the same thing. I watched this. The one, y'all ever see that one We the Break or something like that? They do some
Yeah.
crazy
We the
like
hobby. You
yes,
mean?
that's it. That's it.
We the
Exactly. I'm
hobby.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's it. And there's like tiers to their breaks. You know, me and Amber get on that and just watch it, dude. It's freaking crazy. It's a show, bro. That's beyond breaking almost.
Yeah, that's like the evolution of breaking and how now it's become. I mean, again, I've seen there's not a whole lot of breakers that are really putting out like a lot of content, but like those people do, and like they make it like a. I mean, you've seen like the missiles like blasting off when people hit and stuff like that. I mean that they have that set up in their actual like the way that they have their stream set up. So when that stuff happens, they click a button and fireworks go off, and
Bro,
it's
we had
wild.
one, not to cut you off, Brent, we had this dude and he was breaking out of New York, right? He was in an
Mhm.
apartment. This dude had the most freaking sound effects. Like he had it ready. Bro, we did a cosmic break with this dude at a decent price. It took us 11 days to fill this. Like nobody, no traffic, but that dude had all the bombs, bro. And then he kind of he fell off, man. I don't see his name up there anymore. It was something NYC, but that dude was ready. I'll tell you that.
Now that the Wemby cards though, like even his base cards, like they are selling. Like that's what people are really hunting after is those Wemby rookie cards. I know there's I don't mean to change the subject a little bit, but on the subject of basketball, I know there's some controversy out now with Panini and like NBA Prism, where each box was apparently supposed to have like 2 autos, and like there's like been like numerous reports.
That's Panini. That's
I know.
Panini in any sport.
But I saw there was I think it was Jeff Wilson yesterday, the was it Sports Card Investor. He had like he was like ranting and raving on a post yesterday that I saw, and he was getting pretty excited about it. But I mean, now he's
What was he
selling those.
mad about? He's turn times or what?
No, that Panini again has put out product that is like it says on the box 2 autographs, like
Oh, yeah.
and they're not in the boxes. And since now he has a shop now, like I'm sure he's selling that wax, and people are like, hey, I didn't get my autos, and kind of giving him slack about it. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. That's wild though. But
You want to know? Seriously, we talking about signatures. There's a conspiracy theories that I've talked to one of these guys in a Bob Ross, my boy right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, and and dude, there's names that are on their autograph list that have not been pulled, and it's like how the amount of boxes that have been broke to not be pulled. His name is Adam, and he's in a lot of the same breaks. I think 999, but
Mhm.
he's sent Topps emails requesting the breakdown just to prove it. But he says that because every tier is supposed to have an autograph of these guys if they say their names, and he was getting it. I don't think that there truly are. I think it's like a couple classes, right? Like
Yeah.
Indian and yellow and some of these crazies, but like I don't know.
No, it's
Crazy
wild
time.
though.
But hey, talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Britt.
There was another story that kind of came out too that was where in Las Vegas someone found like in the trash or something like that a whole bunch of cards that were supposed to be signed at a card show there were Panini cards and so they're like missing, and I think that there may be a connection between that and why some of those autos aren't in those in that set.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying now.
And so like they either got lost or I don't know. And then I think there was some other controversy too about like fake autographs. Like Panini had some fake autos.
That's what they're not looking the same. Amber was
I read
talking
about that
one.
too.
Was it just in football or was it in basketball where they don't look the same at all?
I think this one was basketball. The ones that I remember hearing about.
We saw it on a YouTube or something, but I don't really get into that.
Yeah,
but no, basketball is if you're faking autos and you're certifying them,
there's
a legal obligation there.
Yeah, that's bad news right there.
That's what but there's so much to that, right? And how unfortunately they really want to peel back right now, where they're in this whole because it's going to be what we get this year with Panini, right? And then next year it's done. Or in football, only football, right? Only just football.
Yeah, I think NBA is like 2026 or something like that.
I feel like that company's crumbling.
Yeah, it'll all be unlicensed.
But then look at Flawless. Look at all these other ones that I think that's where they're putting their emphasis on right now, because those are some boxes, dude. You see the price points on some of this shit with diamonds. Amber hit a card the other day that came with a fucking certificate for diamonds that are in that card.
That's wild, man.
That's wild. But hey, what I was saying a minute ago, not to change this and completely away from this, but what about you, Brent? That whole conspiracy theory over there, you were on it, man. What was that about?
Well, so for me, since I like to sell like cheap, low end cards on eBay, I'm always, when I get in a break, I want my base cards, because I mean I sell a lot of base cards. Like I'm actually surprised. Like there's people that'll go in there and buy them. They'll pay, I don't know, between $1 and $2.75, depending on who the player is. People will buy them, put 64 cents shipping on it, and it's out the door. Put it in a white envelope, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Pennies add up, so it is what it is. But
exactly,
so when I've seen many breaks in the past where people are not actually like sending base, and I get it. Like, why do I want to spend $3.90 to, you know what I'm saying, like to send somebody some base cards, and why I can just keep them and put them on eBay, or probably sell them or put them in a bargain box and have them in a bin when I go to a show. I've
seen auctions. Have y'all seen that? Like, that's the way I kind of would prefer it, but someone's winning, where they do cardboard raffles. Once all teams are filled, like on Bowman does it a couple times, and then one person will get all the shit cards, right?
Yeah. No, I've seen that too, but I don't know. I won't get into a break where if they're going to keep the base. And I mean, sometimes you can go in there and ask, and sometimes I'm just reluctant, because there's some of these breakers, especially if you get on a break and somebody from like Instagram or from Twitter or from TikTok or something like that. I don't know, Whatnot Fanatics, like they have the built-in mechanism for the shipping and stuff like that. And so like you that's just part of the cost to do it. But when you get on these breaks, even in Facebook groups, like you're sending money to PayPal, or you're sending money through Venmo or Cash App or whatever it is. And like, you don't really have that full kind of like protection that you would normally have going through one of those bigger platforms that does the breaks, like Whatnot and like Fanatics and stuff like that. And so I always ask if it's like a new person that I haven't dealt with before, because sometimes even the descriptions within Whatnot are very vague, like on what you're actually getting sometimes. And so
they chop it up so fast with those breaks, and good ones. Lucky is good at putting in what he's doing really fast. He's like, hold on, I got to update that. B does it, but I've been in groups where they don't even sometimes, dude, not to cut you off, but have you ever been in a room when they at the end and they're auctioning off teams? Hey, who had this team? And no one says anything. I'm like, I always like, man, I feel like just like that was me.
It was me.
Yeah, right.
Nah, it's I don't know. You just got to be careful, because especially if you're, I don't know, you get on somebody with Instagram or TikTok and something like that, you don't. I mean, I guess they could have been on there for a long time or whatever. And so if they're a well-known name, I mean, you wouldn't have problems. Most people, there's a lot of people in the hobby that are, you know what I'm saying? They're
have y'all noticed the growth board. So many today new in the same platforms that you're looking at, right? In the same caveated section that you're at. And, oh, look, this dude comes up. And like, I've seen dudes collapse, right? I was just talking about the dude from New York, but like they're flyby, dude. I really feel.
Yeah, fly by night, and I mean,
There's so many guys that get on whatnot doing breaks,
Yeah.
and they'll go buy a case of, let's say, Bowman Megas,
Yeah.
right? Go try to do a case of that, and then they find out that they sold their teams too short or too big, so they couldn't fill, and you never see them again.
Yeah.
And the issue you also hit is some of those places, they won't just send you your money back. You got to make sure that they broke. And if they didn't do the break, you got to issue the refund through whatnot.
Yeah, you got to go in there and do that.
An ongoing thing is people that think they can get into this, do the break and make a ton of money.
No.
And they're not making their case worth off of it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You have to buy in bulk and like get some kind of discount. And then, I mean, I don't know. I guess the more you're breaking, it's really just a revenue kind of thing. You're trying to just get that money back till you can just get more and more and kind of build upon it, because I don't know. Some of the breaks I've gotten into though, like, I mean, there's 30 spots and they're going like $60 a piece. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a $300 box. So these people are making some pretty decent money, but after freight though, like you got to think about that. If you add 30 spots and let's say it averages like $5 to do like ground.
But what if you get multiple? But if you have multiple, you get free.
Yeah.
So that's the difference in that, right? So you want people to buy multiple, so then you won't have to get that. You know what I mean? That extra fee. Because I bet you anything, I don't know this for a fact, right? But we all three sell on eBay, and you charge $5 for shipping. For some reason, you'll get like $1 back in a discount. So I know they have to have something in there of that. But we got a little off topic, Brent. But Brent was on to a conspiracy theory, and he brought it up when 2024 first came out. Tell him what happened, Brent.
Yeah,
you're on them. You're on that ass.
Top Series 1. I noticed that one of the breakers that we are all a part of one of their Facebook groups, and I noticed that it said no veteran base to ship with the break, and so I don't know. I didn't ever think of why that would be the case, but then as I started to look across, I mean, the different platforms, the different breakers, they all pretty much said that. And then I want to say you sent me a link last week. It was from an Instagram account called caught underscore EM and then underscore looking. And he had a reel that he had posted about how there's one of one veteran like base cards that are out in the Top Series 1. And so I was like, that's probably why. And so, I mean, I don't know. I've seen it in the past before, and you know, like there's some base cards that are for some of those good players. Like, think about it, like Corbin Carroll, he's not really a rookie anymore. And so like
but you're going to have the award, right? You're going to have the trophy. I mean, you're going to have the trophy, and there's money in just any of those variations, like you're saying. But also, have y'all seen the flag orders?
They go so quick though. Like
they boom, because they go to those 5-6 cards.
I know they're trying to find the parallels. And so if you say, hey, well, I'm not going to ship you base, what if there is one of those rookie gold cups? You know what I mean?
There's that. You're losing that. You got to look at the people that are stamped rookies this year. Even though Ellie played a huge amount last year.
Percentage of points, of the season, right?
He's stamped as a rookie this year. So you're losing out on the Ellies and people of that statute to people that are holding the base back because they know about the one-on-one scenarios that are stamped now. Yeah.
I mean, the other thing with that too is they had the first press, I think, for like the rookie cards, that they actually didn't stamp them. And so Topps had to make a statement where they're actually trying to get people to send them the card so they can actually stamp them where it says first press on it. And so that was another kind of controversy that's come out of Series 1. What are y'all's thoughts on Series 1? I've gotten a little bit of it. I got into a couple of breaks and a couple of case breaks, and so I got quite a few of them. I like the design. I think it's kind of futuristic looking. I think it's kind of cool. But I found a Twitter account where it's called Topps Production, and they list like the actual counts of how many cards are of each player. And so apparently every single rookie card this year, there's 1.2 million of them that have been printed of Topps Series 1. And so it's, I don't know if we're headed to junk era 2.0. I know we may already kind
Hold
of
on,
be
Brent, let me catch
there.
up. I didn't know that. I don't remember you telling me that. So
I
every
shared it with
rookie,
y'all in
yeah.
in the group chat.
Every rookie is how many?
1.2 million have been printed.
Dog.
Yeah.
Is that in variation or is that just base?
No, that's just the base cards. Like it's even
You're
more.
diluting,
It's even more. No. They are, and so
you're
that's why
diluting the market on purpose. Why?
they think they're going to grow they think they're going to 10x the hobby, and you have so many people now that are going to buy up all these base cards. They're going to go get them graded.
They're gonna buy
They're going to get them. No, here's the thing.
retail.
They're going to get them
They're gonna
graded, and
buy retail.
so they're going to buy retail, and so they're going to get these cards graded, and so now if you had a population amount of like 100 cards or something like that, where that's pretty low. Like we're going to get to the point at some point, if they actually do grow the hobby to the size that they say they want to, where they're 10xing the hobby or whatever, where you could have 20,000, like a population count of 20,000, and like that could still like be low because there's going to be so many cards that get graded. And I'm trying to segue us into that next subject, because there's some things going on with that are it's gonna play out and see what happens. And so
Brent, I want to piggyback off something you just said. And what do y'all think about this? Bowman, now they're not rookie cards. So like this is just my one analogy. I buy all these Orioles, so I see this. Jackson Holiday came out in a lot of 2022. Any Bowman, remember Hunter? He was in 2022. And then this year, 2023, he still hasn't made it to the league, and he still doesn't have a rookie card. So where is your true rookie card? Are we talking about now the whole Mickey Mantle thing? This is the only thing I was kind of questioning. You're talking about numbers. So where is it? So like the one I hit, right? It's not a rookie, right? That Jackson Holiday to 10. Let me double check. But that 10,
it's not a rookie because he hasn't hit the majors yet.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So when do you classify the rookie that you want to sell? That's what I'm asking.
So you're going to classify your Jackson Holiday rookie is going to be when he's called into the league and has that RC on his card.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is they're overselling it.
You're looking for his Bowman first.
Yeah.
And if you can catch that in a variation, you're looking at some pretty good change.
Yeah.
If you're looking to sell.
Well, I just mean, are they over?
Some of those generational players, though, too, you're going to be looking at, because now with the college cards, they're going to start coming out a lot more and stuff like that. Like you're going to probably see those first auto like cards for like Bowman Draft, I think is what it is.
The U, right?
Yeah, the Bowman U. It like that's, I don't know, that NIL stuff, that's all going to play a part in this and growing it, where you've monetized youth sports to the point where now these kids are all trying to like go to the league and go to school. I mean, everybody's kind of had that idea, but I mean, it's like crazy now. Like it's like really crazy now. Some of these kids, you get them in a D1 school and they're getting money, man.
It's been crazy since they could start making money. You remember the Manziel era? You couldn't make money off your name.
Go watch his podcast on Shea. Did y'all watch the Shea one this last week or the other one?
Dude, fire.
It is. Hey, he got into it, Brent, talking about Bagman. He's talked about it in his last year. His dad went up to Sumlin and said $3 million cash. Johnny stays till the senior year, and they laughed him off. That's wild to me, man. We all know it, right? And so you know what Bama's doing. They got bagged, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that's all I was saying. You thought that? I thought that was interesting. But you were talking a minute ago about grading, and Brent, I think you were going to segue into grading.
Yeah, because of Topps trying to dilute the market, and they're trying to grow like the hobby so far. They're trying to put product out there, and they're really catering to breakers right now. They're not really catering to, I would say, like the hobby shops and stuff like that. You got these people that are doing 100 case breaks. Like the first day Top Series 1 came out, there was some breakers that I think they sat there with like 4 breakers and broke like 100 cases of it.
Anything good come out of that?
I'm pretty sure they hit some pretty good stuff. I don't know, but they're printing a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of people getting into those breaks. It's the casino of the times. And so you go in there and you put a little bit in, and you can hit some things sometimes, but the house always wins unless you have the CPA on the team, and then maybe not. But No, so but to kind of segue into kind of the topic that Hunter was wanting to bring up on the show tonight, I think that Topps may make a play at some point and try to buy another grader out to try to compete and kind of sew up that market. But I'll kind of segue and let you kind of take the ball and roll with that. But I mean, it's a really cool subject. I just I did my first submissions ever, like graded cards ever, and I did 10 SGC cards from the TriStar show. Got 9 10s and then a 9.5. I'll have I have a video already made. I just haven't posted it yet. Kind of doing a reveal of all the cards, and so I'm just trying to plug Sweet Cards Dude a little bit while we're on here as well too. Be sure to plug yourself. But what are your thoughts on the potential acquisition of SGC by PSA?
Is it not finalized? I thought it was told. It hasn't been.
It's.
I mean, they've came out and made statements about it, if I'm not mistaken. But like, you know what I'm saying, there's probably still some paperwork and some
Tell us
courtroom
about it, Senator.
documents.
I'm sorry to cut you off, man. Tell us.
It's pretty much finalized. Now the people that own PSA, I forget who they are. I think it's Collectors Pro.
I think
That owns PSA.
Yeah.
PSA is just an under company of Collectors Pro. Collectors Pro bought SGC out. So now Collectors Pro as a total will have 85% of the grading market.
Yeah.
With PSA at 78% and SGC at 7%.
Wow, that's the break right now. To say that again.
So with PSA, they have 78%,
Wow.
SGC at 7% of the market.
So
now
by buying them, that's 85% of the market. Only 15.
Collectors Pro has 85%.
Is that a monopoly?
That's the way it's looking because you got Sgc that owns like 10% of the market and Beckett with 4%.
Wow, Beckett used to be the front runner, huh?
And the question is now is, are you going to face different grading regulations through them? Like how PSA grades versus SGC? Is SGC's grading going to revert to PSA?
Let me ask a question to this. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you a question. I want you to answer something. Do you think it was to get more hubs, or because they had that PSA came out with that whole Instagram where it showed? Do you remember in 2018 and it was a Mike Trout and they said $18, 10 days, we had it back to you? Is that why they got it? Or Hunter, I want you to answer. Did they feel they were competition and they wanted to eliminate that 10-day window like y'all been capitalizing on? And now you got to go through PSA. I just wanted to hear what you had to say on that. Thinking on that,
I think it's I think they're capitalizing on the 5 to 10 business days. With that, they're also capitalizing on all the deals that SGC did, where they do Bowman for $9 a card, Topps Chrome $9 a card. They used to do these things where you could send in multiple cards for $9 a piece, or you could just send in one. Where PSA, you got a limit.
Yeah.
Right? PSA, for you to break a deal, you got to send 20 cards in to get them for $20 or whatever it is.
They dropped their prices. So after y'all told me about this, I got my email yesterday that all their prices have dropped now on the fast tracks. So just for instance, how I'm about to send those 6, I was looking at, I was only going to send 3. They were going for $135. You could do it for $99. So are they going to bring their price down a little bit, Hunter, now you feel?
I think they're going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
I think SGC will still be SGC. I think you're going to see some price changes. Hopefully they keep that $15.
Yeah.
5 to 10 business days. A lot of people say SGC grades harder than PSA. I think it's otherwise. Because a lot of times you send a card into PSA, you come back a 9, you break it, send it to SGC, you get a 10.
I don't understand that sometimes. What about that other one? The one that we've been sending them to, Hunter, that we've been seeing at shows. It's out of Dallas.
So CGC owns 10% of the market.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're the big
CGC
comic book.
They're
the comic.
Such a hard grader.
Yeah.
They tore me up on a couple. Yeah, they tore me up.
Yeah, because they grade hard, and you're not getting that much out of it. So PSA is your number one slab to sell. right? If you see red and white, you're going to pay the upper price on it.
Yeah.
Where an SGC sells 90% of what a PSA sells. With that, CGC falls in there right along with Beckett. And you get these people that grade with Beckett and they want to push these Beckett prices that are just obscene.
Yeah.
Mostly old schools, right? That you're dealing now. You're talking about your vintage, right?
Well, even vintage PSA sells better. I mean, like I got right here 1958 and a 6 Chico Fernandez.
Damn.
This will sell better just like this than it
That's
will in a
bright.
Beckett or any other slab.
Oh yeah.
Did you see why they nicked it yet? That's pretty bright. It's not dull. It seems like
it's got a little off centering on the back.
Yeah.
And it's got some corner fluffs, which I would give it a 6.
Do you think the back should be? That's the argument. Do you think the back should be held to the same standard as the front?
Well, the back's not held to the same standard as the front. So
if they nick it, it's got to be bad.
Yeah, so they want a back to be 50-50 centering.
Okay.
And that's how you get a 10. Is the back's got to be 50-50. You got to have your print lines not showing, and I think it's 45-ish on the front. But your back has got to be 50-50. And here's one that this is before the full tux. This is a Bob Serve with the green SGC.
Wow.
In my mind, you're going to pay more for this to get it reholdered. If you want it to be a true tux, you're going to pay more now to get them redone.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think you're going to lose your tuxedo? That's what I was going to ask that a second ago. Or do you think they're going to move all to like a PSA? Do you see them like PSA / or it's all PSA now, do you think, or eventually turn into?
So I think they're going to keep them like this. They're going to keep that tux. And
I like the tux. I don't know. They look cool to me. I mean, some of those cards that I've graded, like the black and white cards with that black on the background, it makes it pop.
Some cards it just really pops. Yeah. And I think if they tell SGC to switch it up and grade like their PSA, you're going to have someone come in like CGC or Beckett. They're going to come in. They're going to steal that look.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that grade for that.
You think there's opportunities in the market for some of these smaller graders to start grab some of that market share? I mean, or is it just going to? It's going
to eat. Amazon's going to eat, Brent. Amazon's going to eat all these small markets, and you're going to have it kind of like Fanatics, right? They're buying everything. It's just wild how they're all going to be under two umbrellas, right? And I feel like it'll be their fast track. If you want something done like that, I think that's taken away from PSA, the fast track. But, dude, the price points on some of those fast tracks are wild. And I got a question for you. When they say the walkthrough, it's always that bottom one, and it's expensive. What does a walkthrough mean? They just visually grade it?
You take it there.
No. It's the card. So none of y'all go to it, but I can show you. When you go to PSA, right, it has the tiers, and that's how much it's going to take. Right now, $15 takes about 45 to 50 days, right? And you tier down $99 for a 10-day and all these other ones. They'll have just say, throwing numbers out there, just say the 10 days, $99 now, right? The walkthrough might be $240, but it says back to you in 5 days. Do you think they're grading it faster, or because you can't hold to the same standard, right? Or is that just a one-off that's coming not often that comes in?
So they're basing that off the price of the card, right? So say you send in a Wemby, right? You send in that Wemby and you pre-estimate it as a 10 from PSA or SGC. You're pre-estimating it at $100, right? It's a base Wemby, right? But PSA and SGC see it and they assume it's more. You're gonna pay that upgrade fee, because you're not buying it just on, I want it back in 60 to 90 days. I want it back in 5 to 10, right? Your value's changing. Like SGC, if it's over $1,500, I think it's $40 a card at that point. And PSA, you can get up to $300 to even, I think, $500 on some of these cards.
You're making me nervous with my submission that I'm about to send. Right, I got those 5 cards. You're pushing it.
I thought you gave up on submissions.
No, I think Brent. So that's what I was showing you. I think so. Raw. That's me, right? I like it raw. But anyways, so like it sells faster. I'm all about selling faster at different prices. But I think there's going to be some cards that you're just going to stick to your price. You know, I'm not going to. I told myself this is what I'm getting that holiday, dude. A raw 9 of 10 or 10 of 10 sold for 27. Or it's like up. I think it sold for 27. So I'm trying to step past that, right, into that next one. So the one that could really jump, that Bob Ross I hit, that Corbin Carroll Inception to 50, that Acuna 1 of 10. I think those are going to be the ones that I'm going to sell. Take them and just, you know how I did last time when I got the Acunas and everything. They're rookies. Some of them weren't numbered. Some were numbered. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Where I got the 10s right, and I can sell them, but like different ones. But I almost feel like only ones. Me and Hunter have had this discussion now. If you're going to make big money, if you're not, I truly don't. If you're trying to make $50, $60, like I like to sell, $40, $30, you don't need that paying the extra. I truly don't think so. I don't know.
And that brings me that Ethan Solis out of 50 that I pulled, that reels to reels out of Bowman Best.
Auto, right?
It's an auto. It came back at 10 of 10. I don't have it out here with me. I won't even put it in my case. Because raw is $1,100. But if you grade it and you have a 10 of 10, you're looking at $3,000 to $4,000.
That's wild.
So some of these bigger names, I mean, and you're talking about a kid that's 17 that's pitching his spring or catching his spring training right now. And catching like he's a veteran.
Have you seen that 17-year-old dude, Brent? He's walking. He's not over anxious. He's playing really good. What they're talking about is his flame rate. Have you seen that, Hunter? How he no wasted movement, Brent. They said they haven't seen anybody since I think Jan. What's his name for the Cardinals? Damn it!
You're talking about Yonner.
Yes,
Molina.
Dude, no, yes. Yada. But anyways, dude, they were just showing this dude just it's like twitch muscles, and he was dropping it back on strikes, and pitchers were just talking about him all day. So I want you to try that hit I hit today, Hunter, on that 1 of 1. How did you get to 5,000? That's what I'm asking. Think of the same way, because we talked about this today.
A 1 of 1, you're on your own, right? There's no one else pricing that card.
Yeah.
So that guy, he's the outfielder for the Orioles. He played 78 games last year, batted .321.
Fucking crazy, Brady. You found that out today.
I'm sorry. He had 78 at bats and was batting .321 out of high school.
Yeah, he's a beast. He went to North Carolina, tore it up a little bit. His name, Brent, is what is it? Merv. When I go to look at him, he played shortstop.
But he's going to primary as an outfielder if he promotes
third base. I look. So I went on a deep dive after I talked to you, Hunter. It looks to be they're hoping to put him at third. I'm going to see Gunnar at short, Holiday at second, and Mountcastle at first. That's an offense. I mean, look at that defense right there.
That's an all-star infield
with Adderley. But oh boy, does play outfield. This is the new. We've talked about this. Me and you, Brent and Hunter. The new age. You got to play 2 sports to almost. I mean, 2 positions these days to even touch it, because look at KC. They're buying shortstops. So they got a shortstop now, Vinny, behind the fucking plate. They got a shortstop in right that's playing right field. It's just the athlete play, right?
But you got to look at arm strength too, right?
That is it. Third shortstop, right?
You get a shortstop.
I didn't think of that, Hunter.
A primary shortstop is going to be able to make a throw better than anyone else in your infield, because they're playing in the back of the diamond. They're a cutoff person. That dude's got the longest throws out of anybody. So he's the ideal person for what we consider, a utility player now.
For real, right?
Yeah.
And And to bring up, to bring my Astros into this, look at Marwin Gonzalez, dude.
Dude.
That guy played every single position efficiently.
Yep.
Since Loonhow, we've done that where we have that one-off person, right? We had Marwin, and then they let him go in 2018. The one that followed him was the old boy. What was it? Diaz. Remember, he was
Talking about Yonner Diaz.
no, that's the catcher. The one that we had, he would chew his gum a lot, real big, hat off. He played multiple positions. Damn, y'all gonna have me looking for 2022. We
Diaz,
let him.
right? There was a
Yeah,
Diaz
was
that
it
we had.
Yeah, what was his
Nate?
first? No,
Nate.
Diaz?
Yeah.
that's
No,
a
that's not.
box.
That's MC.
UFC.
That's UFC, isn't it? Nate Diaz.
Yes.
No, maybe it was. Maybe it was Nate
No,
Diaz
it is
though.
Nate Diaz.
We had a
No.
Nate. We had a Diaz though. I remember.
Yeah.
We had a Nate
Well,
Diaz that played infield with us.
No, we did not.
Bro, if it wasn't inside, I'd go pull that card right now and show you.
2019.
I have his auto from 2018, gold label, dude.
Let's see, 2019, because I know he was on this team.
He's going to pull it up. It's going to be Nate Diaz. I'm telling you.
Al Dimas.
That's another one.
Diaz. That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. Since Marwin, that first time that we had guys that played multiple positions, then they got Diaz from the Blue Jays. That's what I'm getting at. And now we have Dubon, right? They mixed Marisnik in there for a while. Remember? Do you remember like in 3 seasons ago when we had 2019 or whatever, was it 5, that we had the best team? They did that outfield by platoon. That's what the Orioles are about to do. They got like fucking 4 outfielders. And no one's even talking about Mateo anymore. Have you noticed that, Hunter?
Yeah.
That dude was like the next thing, and then Gunnar came up and just said, "Nah, Daddy." What about Adley? Adley gets the cup, but who is the true rookie of the year? Gunnar now.
I mean, you're talking about different leagues, dude. I mean, when you get into it,
Adley,
Gunnar,
dude, he's switch hitter.
Yeah, but Adley took it. Adley's a stud. Adley's a stud catcher.
Yeah, he is.
And not to preach on my boy from Fox Sports, all them guys are older than Juan Soto. And that dude, he's got a lot to hold up to this year for sure.
With the Yanks,
paid a pretty penny for him.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Did y'all hear talk about draft going places? Y'all see Chris Bryant talking about that he wished he wouldn't have signed with the Rockies? How is he gonna say that at spring training?
Dude.
Yeah, I was really tripping, dude. I
haven't seen that article.
I shouldn't. I'll find that up. I'll bring it to him. But he literally says I shouldn't have played baseball. What about Anthony Rendon? Dude, that dude lives right out by us, man.
Yeah, he's from Sugarland. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out here by Rosenberg and all that stuff, like in Richmond. He's from Richmond. That's what it is. But
I mean, he puts his family first. I get that, but dude, don't cry
on
about
that
the time
contract
that it takes to play a game, dude. You're getting paid money for that.
That killed him. So my question, I'll ask you on this: do y'all think the Nationals did the right thing? They didn't give the what do you call it? The long-term deal to they didn't give the long-term deal to Rendon. They gave it to Strasburg. Now they're requesting Strasburg to give him his money back. That's what I was trying to get to. I got sidetracked. They're making this man show up to spring training. He retired last year. They didn't give him a press conference because how much he's still on them. They got a guaranteed contract that's ridiculous, like $30 million, I want to say. So they were trying to recoup
retire, right?
Who?
So he wants to ride out his contract, but my man,
but with nobody, that's the thing. With nobody.
And they wanted him to appear first day of spring training. What is he going to do?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Like, what the fuck?
But if they cut him,
they
got to pay him all that extra money for him not being there. If they leave him, they got to pay out his contract. So, I mean, I feel like that's you got to wait.
There's got to be something in that union agreement that you can say, hey, this dude's hurt. He's not going to play. Just like we would do it at work, FMLA or something. You know what I'm saying? Or LTD, long-term disability. Get his ass out of. You think they would be able to work? And he's like, that's what I think Strasburg thought they were going to do, and the Nationals don't have it because, dude, they have some players coming at Woods is going to be a beast. Dude went bomb the other day. Bunch of different ones, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've been so busy, I haven't got to check out any of the spring training games.
Shit,
But
we were watching the Venezuela. Me and Amber were watching the Venezuelan league the other day. You talk about some fucking excitement, bro. Those are some
yeah,
damn good games. I want to watch those Korean league now. It seems like, dude, these pitching stances. That pitcher that the Dodgers picked up, that dude is the truth, Brent.
yeah.
He's a beast. Not Otani, but the one that just came.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Dude, they said he's. I want to say he's a breaking ball pitcher, but the dude was snapping off some fucking heat the other day.
Yeah, I saw a there was a video of him doing his workout, like where he's like throwing, and it was freaking wild, dude. This dude is just like on it, just fucking slinging that stinky cheese, just freaking bringing it.
You talk about routines. Is Bauer going to come back? Is someone good? He came out and signed it, said that he would take a league minimum with a show me contract, as in give him endorsements. If I win so many games, you pay me. If I win so many games, you pay me.
Have you seen him throw to the dude from Barstool Sports?
No, I haven't watched it yet. Was it good?
That ruined his career right there.
Why?
He was throwing to the dude that one of the high end dudes from Barstool Sports, and the dude was racking on Trevor Bauer.
Was it Bart? Was it the Prez?
I can't remember if it was the Prez or not.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It didn't look like him, but dude, I'm talking like it's embarrassing. Trevor Bauer's throwing to him, and this dude's hitting piss missiles.
But is he really throwing the way you're gonna throw? Right? Honestly, Trevor Bauer was a beast. You can't tell me. Remember the Cincinnati year? Cincinnati year was ridiculous. As much as I hated him that year, whenever he did the Milwaukee High Life, he got paid. Remember, he struck the dude out and chugged the beer on the fucking mound.
Yeah, that he was a stud, but I think it's time to pass him now.
It's just the drama I think involved with
too many allegations, and then you have
that's wild. Talking about that
actual footage of him throwing, pretty. I don't think he was giving him all his gas, but he's got to be throwing high 70s, low 80s to this dude from Barstool, and this dude's hitting fucking missiles off of him. I mean, it's not a good look.
Yeah,
and a lot of people tweeted about it, dude. He pretty much wrapped up his career on that.
No, I saw that, but I didn't know what it was.
I think there was another story out there too, where someone from Boston was saying they would like pay his salary or something like that for him to go.
Yeah, it was man. I wish
it was a retired player, wasn't it? It was someone.
No, this is a dude that still plays. That said like
he's a stand-up guy or something like that, and like
he's a stand-up guy. I'll pay his complete salary even if we lose.
Yeah. No, that's what it was. That's what it was. Is like if we lose, I'll pay his salary, but if we win, you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay him his salary, and you're gonna pay me his salary as well too, or something like that. But I don't remember who the player was that said that, but I know that was a story that I saw, I think last week maybe, but
that's wild.
And he's got, dude, apparently there's some big feud between him and Garrett Cole too.
Oh, it goes back to UCLA. It goes back to UCLA because he came out and he had that, I don't know what it's called, Hunter, that little bar that they go, it's like long, it looks like a javelin. And they like, he warms up. You ever seen him? He like holds it out and then does it's supposedly like truly works up, but he was holding them up on a thing, and that's where Cole got into it. You know, Brandon Crawford was on that team.
Yeah.
And that's Garrett Cole's wife's brother, Brandon Crawford, from the shortstop of the Giants. His sister is his old boy buddy's wife. But that's where it started. It was like either a plane. I heard the story. It was either on a plane or a bus, and he was waiting and it was throwing a temper tantrum. And he was a show early kid. I think he wasn't even truly there yet, meaning he showed up early before he started playing, and it was holding him up. And Garrett Cole felt like he was being
Garrett Cole didn't like his overall work ethic.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Or was it just the whole Luna? I'm a scientist. I'm not a baseball writer. Where this is going to happen. It's just. I mean,
it's a mixture of things, man. I mean, Garrett Cole had came out and said he didn't like his work ethic. Trevor Bauer said it's squashed. It is what it is. He doesn't have any ill towards him, but. I mean, I'd be saying that too if I wasn't in the league, and I'm talking about, one of the top 5 pitchers in the league.
But he went hard at Garrett Cole with the whole ticky tack. Remember, spider tack?
Yeah, that was years ago.
That was what, 2021 or 2022? Somewhere.
I think it was 21 when he did that.
Dude, have you looked at talk about Garrett Cole? Have you gone back and looked at 2019 his stats? And he didn't win Cy Young. It was 2019. He went 19-0, dude, and had I want to say 253 or 283 strikeouts. The ERA was like I think under 2, and fucking Verlander gets his over the top of him. They said the best pitcher season to not win the freaking Cy Young.
That happens though. I mean, that kind of brings up like the Hall of Fame talks. You know, you got obviously Pete Rose can't come in because he gambled on baseball, but look at Jeff Kent. Jeff Kent's not a Hall of Famer, and that dude should have been in there already.
Yeah.
My argument is Andrew Jones. I think he has one more who hasn't got it. You got to give Andrew Jones in there, the center fielder. Yeah, dude, it's wild. And I think Wagner has one more next year. If he doesn't he have a championship with Phillies or two? Like,
I think. Well, you talking about Billy Wagner?
Yeah.
Yes, he's not in, and everyone thought he was. How do y'all feel about this year's Hall of Fame class?
You sure Billy Wagner's not in the Hall of Fame? I think he got inducted.
No,
Let's
sir.
fact check it real quick.
No, sir.
Let's look it up. I think because I think Craig Biggio talked about him being inducted in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's not.
Maybe it was his retirement.
He
fell 5 votes short.
It denied entry into the coveted hall at Cooperstown this year. That was January 23rd.
This is his 9th try, though.
That's what I'm saying. He has next year if he doesn't get in. But I think it's bullshit how people fucking allow this because they're just fucking hypocrites. Let's be honest here. They want to talk about the steroids, but you needed that to save baseball.
Dude, that was an awesome run, dude. With Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and all that. That was freaking, dude, man. I don't know. That's wild. So
obviously, all three of us grew up in that era, right? Watching Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco. A lot of people forget about King Caminetti. Like those guys, like we watched them.
That's my dude, Kim Caminetti. Who had the best? We were talking about a minute ago. I'm gonna go off topic. Who had the best arm at third base ever that we saw? Machado.
Dude, Caminetti had a missile for an arm, dude.
Yeah, he did.
I think Caminetti off his back. We've seen him throw shit people out. But you really think that Manny didn't have a better arm?
I would go. I mean,
I've seen Manny field the ball. You know, Caminetti, he got the ball, he threw it, and I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. I think Manny had a fucking arm. I think he had an attitude problem.
Holy moly, y'all! I'm not trying to bring us back to Billy Wagner, but I found a report from MLB.com. It says 5 reasons why Billy Wagner should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm just reading through some of these, and it's like, holy crap! Why isn't this dude in the freaking Hall of Fame already?
I told you, next year is his last one. The Astros were making a big deal out of it.
Man, that's wild.
I think we lost Hunter. Brent, you want to cut it?
Yeah, we can go ahead and cut it out. These are the breaks. Really enjoyed speaking with you all today. We will all be at the Conroe Sports Card and Collectible Show Saturday, March 23rd and Sunday, March 24th. It's at the Hyatt Regency at 1001 Grand Central Parkway, Conroe, Texas. You can come check us out. Tables 16, 17, and 18. Hey. We'll be all right there in a row, holding it down for the south side of the Houston area, working our way all the way down into actually the west side of town for you now, holding it down out in the west side of town.
Southwest out here.
Southwest.
But who knows where we'll roll up on to, Brent. We were just talking about it. What city are we going to be hitting up? It should be a fun year, man.
It's going to be a fun year. So thank you all for joining us. I'm Sweet Cards Dude. That's Houston Card Exchange, and our buddy Chocolate Bayou Exchange. Like he may have had some technical difficulties, but these
Let
are
me
the
add
breaks.
something, Brent.
Where we go? Add it.
Hey, we got another givey up. Once we hit 400 on Houston Card Exchange on IG, we're giving away 4 Mega Bowmans to 4 people. Who knows what we'll add? We added some more in the first one. Send a couple of the CJ Strouds out for
Mm.
second and third just to get people out there. But who knows? We might be doing a giveaway at the Conroe. Give a name, give a word, what to say. Come on.
At Houston Card Exchange, correct?
Yes.
And then at CB _ Card Exchange, if I'm not mistaken, for the Chocolate Bayou Card Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the breaks.
These are the breaks.